Hello. I hope you guys are having an amazing start to your day, middle of your day, end to your day, wherever piece of your world that you are in currently. And, over the last probably 24 hours, and dominantly so in this last 24 hours, this message for my own self has been coming through a lot. And it's something that I've been talking about for the last few weeks, months even. But it's really such a huge thing for us currently in this time frame that we're in. And it's really about that self-connection and that light that we have right here. And it's the only light that we get to control. And it's the only light that we have in our space to be able to make shifts in our world and in the way we see our outward world. And I just wanted to kind of run through that with you today on this video because I think it's super important to get back into this piece of us, because there's stuff going on and it's only going to get worse potentially with all the things that are maneuvering and manifesting right now. And I don't say that to scare you whatsoever at all. I just say that so that you can have a different reflection into what is going on and seeing it from a different lens. But if we continue to pull back and bring us right back into this light right here, this centered, this purposeful action right here in the heart, you will see that things and the outward world will start to dissipate from you. And you won't be as connected energetically to them. And you won't be as, let's say, caught off guard maybe from it. Or you won't be as invested emotionally to the decisions you have no control over. None. And even if you're a warrior in this world and you're meant to push the boundaries and to step in and to try and open up things, this still is something that you're not going to be able to control in the way that you want to. So bringing us back into the center, into this light right here for our purpose, our main objective, our perspective in this world, and our shift and our changes. And, it's been an interesting transition over the last few months for a lot of us, with things that we thought would happen didn't happen, and exposures that we thought would come through and didn't get exposed yet. And all this amazing light happening in the world because we are in this portal of light. And for those of you that believe in awakening and ascension and spirituality, you know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to that. And if you're new to that subject, I would just look back on your life over the last few months and take a look at, have I thought about making different changes to elevate myself, to change things in my world, to let go of maybe the things over here that don't really feel good any longer. And, maybe they served a purpose for some point in time, but now the purpose is different now, looking back over things and seeing what that looks like and feeling what that looks like. And that is what I mean by honoring your light. All of us have aspects or things to do while we're in this world. And sometimes, it may not be this big blazing pathway of thousands of people change, but it's you stepping in and being the best version of you in your jobs, or as a parent, or, in society even could be if you think about that, that does magnitudes of change in the world and magnitudes of energetic change in the world, just those things. And sometimes I think that we are looking for this big hurrah, this big stage to be a part of, when it's really in the everyday essence of who you are portraying out into the world that you get to make the light changes that happen. And not in a way of controlling others or changing others, but in a way of paving the way for what you want in your life, paving the way for what you accept in your life, paving the way for the relationships and people in your world that get to step in and be around you, and protecting that because of the fact that you are lit here. Now, I firmly believe that all of us have a certain pathway, something that we're here to do. And the goal is to discover what that is. Because when we jump into human form, as the soul, we tend to forget everything that happened beforehand. And our job is to remember that. And we gave ourselves these emotions of feeling good or not feeling good to step into that space. So today, I just wanted to do a video to remind you about this light right here. And about finding this pathway that illuminates this, that keeps this illuminated in every single day that you live. And it may not be 100% of the day, but if you could light this up 10% of the day, you're way beyond, who you used to be 5 years ago, right? So it's about keeping that lit. And it just so happens last night I was feeling the need to pick up this book again. And, you know, I live and die by my intuition, we'll say right now. And it's leading me down amazing, amazing pathways. And I've been able to create and be a part of and be connected to amazing people, projects, things because of that. But I picked up Robin Sharma's The 5 a.m. Club again. I just wanted to read you guys this little passageway that'll kind of firm up what I just said. He's quoting in this book George Bernard Shaw, who said, "This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish little clod of ailments and grievances complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live in it is my privilege to do for it what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up before I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle for me. It's a sort of splendid torch which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations." I'm like, if only I could read. That would be amazing. But if you think about that, it's like your torch, the torch you're going to hand off, the impact in the world you're going to make, the light that you have the privilege to shine on into the world is the objective right now. It's about stepping into that light. And through that comes change. And through that comes connection. And through that comes this magnificent impact that you get to make, whether it's in your kids' lives, in schools, you know, in your career as a manager, in your teams, whatever that is. Each of us has a role to play to light this light up. So are you going to step in with that torch to continue lighting shit up? Because that in the pathway is where the change is.